Well, there you go. As you can see, I have a new toy. Once again, this video is sponsored by Artec. They were gracious enough to help me out with the purchase of this, which is wonderful. Thank you very much to the team over there at Artec. I'm looking forward to getting stuck in with this. I have a really exciting big project coming up, one that involves aluminium and welding aluminium. So I needed a TIG and I needed an AC TIG. So I contacted Artec and they were really good. They were able to guide me through what I needed. They were able to help me out with what accessories I would also need to get started. The only thing that I didn't get from them was gas, because, well, as far as I know, they don't sell gas anyway, and besides, you get that from local suppliers anyway, as I'm sure most people know, and if you don't, you know that now. Also, the other thing that I've yet to acquire is the rods, the actual welding rods. I'm not sure yet what sort to go for. My first project will just be some test welding. I've got some stick electrodes. This will do stick welding as well, so I'll give it a shot with that. Give that a nice little test. But yeah, I'm really excited to get stuck into this. I really am. What I'll do, I'll just quickly bring you over to the bench and take you in closer detail of the accessories that came with it. Please do excuse the mess on the bench. I have several other things going on at the same time. So let's start with this. This is one of the accessories. Now, at the time I bought this, there was a promotional deal on where if you buy any of their larger series of machines, you got a free foot pedal with it as well. So that's really nice. It's a solid metal foot pedal, not none of these cheap Chinese plastic nonsense. All metal construction. Put a switch on it as well for immediate cut-off, or for just press down for doing gas flow if you just want to back purge, for instance, with the gas flow. So that's a very nice, with a nice long cable on it. I'm not quite sure yet exactly how long this is. In fact, I think I do know. It has a 4-meter cable on it, so that's good to know. That's good to know. So oh, I dropped that. That apparently everybody says that if you want to start off with in TIG, your best bet is to start with a foot pedal if you can, because it just makes it a lot easier to learn and to control and to get going with actually the process of learning how to use a TIG welder. So that's the first one. Then the next thing, two 13 amp rubberized plugs. These are 13 amp ones, nice and high grade ones by the looks of it. Permaplug is the brand, and nice feeling stuff. They're great. Put those down there. Then we've got all the accessories that go for the actual Tig Torch. So we have the stem at the back for longer tungstens. By the looks of it, then there's another plug as well that you can have if you've got a shorter one in there. You've got some tungstens to start with as well. The collets for holding the tungstens into the torch, and then also 3 different sizes of ceramic cups as well for the gas flow. So it's nice that you do get all of the accessories here like this to get started with. So that's also wonderful. Nice to see that in the package. Also included is the actual adapter that goes on your bottles. That's really nice and handy. The fact that you get this, so you can. This has your pressure of your actual tank, as well as then the output pressure measured in litres per minute or in cuffed per hour, whichever you are using. The instructions do show you how to set up the gas flow, all reading in litres per minute, so it's nice that it has both scales on here. Does feel quite nice, that wonderful piece of kit. There's the output, there's the input, fairly self-explanatory. Now, to go along with that, graciously the people at Artec there gave me another flow meter to go with it. that can be used to more finely adjust the flow rate in litres per minute. This is the typical levitating ball kind, as you can just see the ball down in there. This is a much more fine adjust to be able to get your flow exactly as you want. These ones can be a little coarse in their adjustment, like a small turn here and results in a massive change here. So to have this then that I could then plumb onto the side here like that will then mean that I have a nice fine adjustment in the output of gas flow to be exactly what I need for the jobs. Obviously, as you can see here, you get the gas pipe as well with its ends on it, which is quite nice. Not sure if that end will fit into the bottom of this. Let's find out. Let's just loosen that off slightly, and then let's see if it's the same standard fitting. Yes, look at that, same fitting. So I can just plumb directly onto this with this pipe. I don't need any adapters. Once again, a good company like Artec, thinking things through. It is a nice, nice to see there, a nice QC passed sticker on there. Don't know if you can read that. There you go. Just like that. And nice, clear instructions here as to which way to turn that to alter what's needed to be altered. And then of course there was a safety, as I showed in the time lapse, a safety thing about how to use gas cylinders and what to watch out for and setting things correctly. Always useful. Next up is the actual stingy bits and pokey bits and electric shocky bits themselves. So this here is the grounding clamp. It's a nice heavy duty grounding clamp that with it's a nice one that has the loop through to connect on both sides, not just the side that the wire goes into. I have an old one of my granddad's that it literally does that. All it does is puts the electrical current on one side. So if you accidentally forget to put it the wrong way round and you've got paint or something on the other side, you don't get any form of grounding, and you don't really weld very well. Got the nice big chunky FD twist lock connectors here. Nice piece of kit there. If you can read what it says on that. Don't know if any of that means anything to anyone, but that's basically the part number for these. There we go. So that's the negative one. Nice heavy duty there. Oh, sorry about the wiggling there. I hadn't got hold of it properly, but nice, very nice indeed. That's beautiful. Next up then is we have I forgot to bring it into frame, is the stinger for the for doing stick welding with. It's quite a nice one. It's got a real nice strong spring on that. Should provide plenty of current. As you can see, it has a maximum amperage rating there of 300 amps, so it's quite a heavy duty one really. I'm quite pleased with that. And as you can see, it's the same number there, and it's exactly the same number on the other side there as well. So that's another nice bit of kit there. Sorry, I caught the camera. What a surprise, wouldn't be my video without it making you all seasick. So that's that. Now we move on to the pièce de résistance, the actual main TIG one itself. So let's see about opening up this bag. Now the cable has come out of it here. I need to check this to make sure that this isn't bent or crushed or anything. It doesn't look it. Still looks nice and round to me with its correct locating features. So it looks like that survived. The cable's not loose in there or anything, so that's nice. Let's tear this thing open. Let's see what we got. So on this end here, on the actual end that plugs into the machine, we have the actual power connector there that runs it. We have the button for the torch because it's got a button on it, which is lovely indeed. And then you also obviously have the push-in connector here that supplies the gas from the valve on the front of the machine. It is a quick release style valve. It's not a twist and turn or anything like that. Got a nice, can't tell if that's actual leather or faux leather on this. Whatever it is, I've got a feeling it may be actual leather. Just give them the feel of it. It looks like it's leather up to a point here. So I think it's leather up to there. And then from there it's a rubber coating, silicone or rubber coating beyond that. Give it more wear durability. But here is the actual Tig Torch itself. Very nice indeed, complete with your button. So you can operate it in, this has obviously 2T or 4T mode. There's your hole that you insert everything through. You can see the, conductive side in there, plus there's the hole in there for the actual gas flow as well. This is all rather beautiful. There's a little thing there, so you can lift that up, and you can actually remove this wire if you need to, and the switch. Let's say this breaks or something goes wrong with it, you can get to repair/replace the wire or the switch if you find there's a different switch you want to use. Let's say one that has more travel on it, or has more of a tactile click rather than just a dome switch, which is what this is that I can feel. That's all for personal preference. Like I said, I'm going to start off by using the foot pedal because apparently that's just easier to get started with. So that is the actual main bit. Let's get that out fully. There it all is. Wonderful, wonderful. Truly, truly wonderful. So here we are, looking at the actual welder itself. The main beastie, everything that I'm ever going to need, or at least for a long time, to do with welding is here in this one package, which is always a nice thing. So you've got your two main terminals down here, positive, negative, your control socket input there, and your gas outlet there. Like I said, that is a quick release style outlet down there. And then we have the control section. Now, I have had a brief look through the description and the instructions. So you've got your switch here to switch between TIG and stick TIG mode. So whatever you want to do there. AC, DC, 2T, 4T. You've got your base current adjustment just here. You have your then pulse adjustment if you're doing pulse welding. If you set that to 0, that disables the pulse welding. This arc force is for the stick welding. It allows you to increase basically the force of the arc to. I'm not really sure how it describes. The way it describes it is a little bit weird. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's. I know what that does. It's quite intuitive. It alters either the amperage or the current to give you more of a driving arc to make the weld penetrate better into the metal. All these terminology that I'm using is probably utter bump because I am no welder. I've not trained as a welder, but you pick up some language when you're reading through forums on Facebook. Up here you have the upslope, your downslope, pulse frequency here. You have your AC balance here, so you can adjust your cleaning cycle or penetration cycle. Then you've got your frequency of your AC, and then the actual pulse width of your frequency. That's really quite nice to have all these features. Because this is a post-2017 model of this, you can actually, when you're welding with stick, you can use the 2T40 to switch between changing your amperage and your current on the display. So it allows you to see which ones you're reading on here. It's just a nice additional feature to see what you're doing and for setting up the machine. So it's a very nice piece of kit, and I love it. I need to stick a big fat plug, one of those big fat plugs on the end of this. It's nice that all of the ends are pre-tinned, so we don't have to worry about that. And by the looks of it, they are cut to the right length as well, so it will go on. And by the looks of it, it's had something crimped on it already, because I can see the ribs in the cable. So that is wonderful indeed. Right, I'll spin this round and just give you a quick look at the back of it. So here we are, round the back of the machine. Fairly straightforward affair up here. We have all the specs of the machine written on the table here, which is quite nice. You probably won't be able to read that too well, but it tells you everything you need to know about the actual specs of what this machine can do. You have a small, I believe it was 5 amp, it's either 5 or 10 amp fuse here that runs this outlet. Now this is an outlet that can then go to their water cooler system that they sell to go along with it, so you can have a water cooled torch. It means then when you turn this on is when it turns the water cooler on, so you don't have to worry about 2 separate switches and forgetting to turn your water cooler on. Sounds like our next door neighbour's pressure washing his garden again. Sorry for the background noise. This here is the main switch, so hilariously there is no like flicky switch, turn switch. It's a massive RCD breaker that's on, that's off. That is good because it means that it also then when it trips, it's got a nice proper breaker for tripping. Now down the bottom here, there's your mains input on the nice big beefy cable. Then you have your gas input from your bottle, comes in down here, from your regulated supply. It must be a regulated supply, don't just plumb a straight pipe into here. You have to go through the regulator like I showed you earlier. And then over here, finally, you have a optional chassis ground of the machine. So if you are using the AC, for instance, and you get weird arcing issues with your actual welding, or you get some weird flutter or something like that, it could be that you've got a ground issue, like a ground loop issue, where you've got electrical interference from the metal casing of this unit interfering, acting like an antenna, not altering the frequency of stuff inside it. I'm no electrical engineer, but I'm going by what it says in the literature. What you do at that point is you connect that to your welding table or your workpiece that you're using, and it will then close the loop and prevent any further interference, hopefully. So that's the back of the machine. She's a wonderful piece of kit. Well, I don't know about you peeps, but I'm rather happy with this new piece of kit that I've got. Thank you once again to Artec for all your help with this purchase, and once again for the basically sponsoring this video, which is wonderful. Thank you once again, folks over there. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. If you were hoping to see it run, I haven't got any gas yet, so I can't actually run it yet. I mean, I could try some stick, but to be really honest, I have kind of run out of time today. I've been busy all day, and then I've just had to rush out to the shop to get this video out, because I want to make sure you guys get a video out. I want to make sure you've got something to watch from my channel so you don't think I've died. Trust me, I'm alive and well, everything's fine. It's just been too hot in the UK to be in the garage to do recording over the past few weeks. The temperature's been stupid, at least for the UK anyway, so we're not used to that kind of temperature. So we don't have air conditioning readily available or things like that, and we're just not used, our bodies just aren't used to that heat. So anyway, thank you very much once again, people. You stay safe, and I will see you next time. Cheerio!